Jack Ketchum's The Girl Next Door is based on a book, and in turn is based on a real life crime from 1965. But I don't want to dedicate a whole lot to telling about the crime from the 60s, no, not a whole lot about the book, mostly about the movie. So, the movie is, it's a torture porn film, and, you know, I would consider this to be kind of a horror film because, the movie's just so freaking horrifying. But there's not really a whole lot of really scares, per se. But it is incredibly disturbing, and it can get your skin crawling a bit. So it's basically a three-way mix between Stand By Me, River's Edge, and Hostel. It's about these two girls named Meg and Susan, whose parents die and they move into their distant aunt's house, Aunt Ruth. Ruth has three sons of her own, and she lives right next door to this boy named David. Now, just because they think that that's funny and whatever, Ruth is extra hard on Megan, who's the older of the sisters, and abuse starts to happen, and the abuse escalates into torture. But it isn't just standard. It isn't just what you see in a Saw movie. This stuff is torture all to its own because, as I said, this is based on a real, actual thing. And what makes The Girl Next Door such a shocker is yes, the torture is next level all to its own. That's true, but it's also what makes it so bad is you have all these kids around, all these young kids like 6, 7. You have all these teenagers that love to come to the house and deliver all that next level torture to poor Megan, and sometimes to Susan also. So yeah, all the rape and cutting and stabbing and hard hits, all that abuse and torture that happens. It's all these school kids that come to Ruth's house, and they torture her because they think that it's fun. They have a ball. They enjoy torturing this helpless, defenseless girl. But David, on the other hand, he's scared of telling because he's afraid that he'll lose face, and a little bit of that, but that's a little bit mostly earlier in the film. But yeah, he's afraid that he'll eventually get the beating end, and he's just so appalled. He's just in utter shock half the time. I heard that Jack Ketchum chose to do the film in first person of the next door neighbor character David, because he was just so appalled by some of the things that happened in real life to the real life girl Sylvia Likens, that he just chose that he was just so appalled he chose not to include some things. So by making it first person of the neighbor, he was able to dodge some things. Yeah, I know the real case of Sylvia Likens pretty well, and it's the most depressing case I've literally ever heard. And yeah, it's highly recommended that you don't even that if you feel like watching Jack Ketchum's Girl Next Door, that's fine. I won't stop you or anything, but please don't look into Sylvia Likens' case. It's far too depressing. And in the case of The Girl Next Door, I thought that it was an okay crafted film, but everyone in the movie except for David and the two girls in it, everyone was just super obnoxious. Everyone was so freakishly despicable. And it's just a torture just for the sake of it. I mean, like, who wants to watch that for an hour and a half? I get that obnoxious is the case, but it's also very, very thin. There's there's really nothing else to it. Just let's torture this girl for the fun of it. Here's some elementary and high school kids to help out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to give Jack Ketchum's Girl Next Door from 2007 2 stars out of 4. Everyone, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and like this video, and I'll definitely be posting more things in the next couple of days. Have a good day, folks.